everyone, I'm Dan Albers, and welcome to I'll Tell You What. I'm joined with my co-host here, Steve Ellis. And Steve, we got some awesome topics to talk about here tonight, and just excited again to be bringing another podcast again.
Here we are again. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
No, this is going to be good.
Yeah, we got some really good topics here, and obviously the biggest thing that's blowing up right now is, and it's really honestly close to home, is the Brandon Sorsby thing.
Yes.
All the Cincinnati fans know about it, and you know, obviously he did that big contract going to Texas Tech with $5.5 to $6 million on NIL, but here we come find out this week that he's got a gambling problem.
Well, yeah, shocker, and this is going to come out more and more with players. But remember, UC is suing him right now for $1 million about breaking, I guess, some type of a contract.
Yeah.
But this all goes back to this whole thing about, okay, how much does this affect Satterfield, that you see, how much does this affect you and your season tickets?
Right.
And how that works, because you can say it was before he got here. I don't buy it.
Okay, you're right. And so I guess I didn't know all this stuff. Like, I was trying to look into what they were saying. So they said it started way back in Indiana, right?
Right.
So he bet when he was a quarterback on the team in Indiana for them to win the game. I don't think he played in the game, but he was, you know what I mean? So that's number one, right?
Doesn't matter.
But they said he's allowed to bet on UFC fights because it's a non-sanctioned NCAA tournament, okay?
Doesn't matter.
I know. So, but think about that. Don't you have to be a certain age to gamble? You have to be 21. What is that?
I think it is 21. Yeah.
So again, underage.
Yeah.
So there, you got that right.
Well, that's the whole thing with the internet, and you can say what you want, and you can get on there and make those type of bets, or look at any other sites that, like you do. You look at certain sites,
just certain ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't help but think that this has deeper effects.
I feel that something's going to happen to Cincinnati, something's going to happen to Indiana, and something's going to happen to Texas Tech.
Well, this is I really think this is just the beginning of it, not just with him, but with players and all the money that they're given, and the free time sometimes they have, and what they're doing on their phones, and they have this crazy amount of money on hand. So you're either going buying cars, hopefully they're not buying drugs, but in this case they're spending on gambling.
Steve, it has to be pretty big deal for him to self-report himself. What triggered it? If it was this bad, you would think that UC would have known about it, right?
Well, not necessarily.
I mean, who alerted?
Nobody's going to rat on him. I mean,
but what came? I'm sure he just didn't say, "All right, it's time to turn me in." I guarantee that someone came to either Texas Tech or somebody and brought this up to him, and then they said to him, "Hey, you got to get help."
Well, there are already people out there that have, since this came out, have gone back and have looked at film to look at some suspicious type of plays.
Well, I'll tell you what, being a season ticket holder,
yes,
I'm going to throw out one right now for sure that I'm going to give to you.
Bring it.
That when he threw that, and I was at the game, and I don't think I've screamed louder in my life. I said, "What the are you doing?" Against West Virginia.
Yep.
I don't know if you remembered. He was rolling out. We were getting ready to score.
Yep.
We were already up. We were already up 7-0.
Well,
he's rolling out, and as he's getting his shoelaces, he falls down to the ground and falls, and guy runs it all the way back for a touchdown.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know what that smells like?
It smells like a fix.
Yes.
A big time fix.
The fix is in, and a cha-ching.
And think about all the other games. The 2 years they lost the last 6 games. Right? They won their first 5 or whatever they did.
Oh, right.
And then all of a sudden they tanked.
Yeah.
And he threw some bad interception and it did some bad things. So it makes you wonder about that.
Yeah.
But then also, I feel like UC knew about it.
Well,
I don't know. I have this feeling that they kind of...
Lucy's got some explaining to do.
That is true. I mean, it just doesn't make sense that. And Steve, I think he's done. I don't think he's going to be able to play.
I don't think he'll play professional sports ever again.
I think that he's definitely done in college.
Yeah.
I think that he's going to try to go to the supplemental draft. Yeah, and I feel like he's gonna get drafted.
Well, if he does, how can you not question every incomplete pass or every interception?
Well, right, and let's go back. Think about this. How long ago this was with Arch Sleester? Here in here, like Ohio State quarterback.
Yeah.
Went to Indianapolis or whoever he played for.
It was the Colts.
Came here to Cincinnati as a show. I think
radio show
1530.
Yeah.
And he was having people call in, and he was asking them for money.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a big time. It's an addiction. I mean, it's a horrible addiction.
You know, they say degenerate type of gamblers. I mean, because he was betting on balls and strikes.
Like at the Reds game,
yeah, like every single pitch. I mean, it's one thing you're like, oh, all right, I'm betting on the Reds to win. It's another thing you're betting on every single pitch.
And I thought, and I could be wrong, I thought I saw something that was like $10,000 that he was betting during game, at a game.
$10,000 a game.
Great. So I mean, he's getting $800,000 from the UC Bearcats, and he's blowing it all on betting.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the NCAA tournament, screwing around. Mm-hmm. I don't even I love going to the casino, but I like sitting at the bar. I just can't do it. I blow $100 and I'm like, oh my God, and it goes fast.
So there's like no in between. You're either unbelievably fired up, excited that you won money, or you're ready to throw up because you lost money.
Yeah, I mean, it is true. And I think, like you said, I think the gambling is more widespread. It's just not out there. I mean, if you remember back I don't know how many years ago it was, the big NBA thing. The referee.
Oh yeah.
Donahue or or whatever.
Yeah.
And it all started off like he said, he goes, I don't know why I did it. He said it ended up being an ego thing, what I can get away with.
Yeah.
And he was getting a shit ton of money.
Yeah, how about that?
And now, but think about all these guys. I mean, Brandon Sorsby had going to play for a potential team that was going to go to the college football playoff, and he got $5 to $6 million. He's probably going to lose that now.
I know it.
I mean, it's just crazy.
I know it.
I don't get it.
In the blink of an eye.
It's absolutely nuts, man.
Yeah.
But so that's a big, obviously.
That's just the beginning of the story. We'll see what happens.
Well, do you feel like that the schools are going to get sanctions?
I don't know.
Do you think they're going to do something to them?
I don't know, unless there's some hard evidence that they knew about it.
Yeah.
That's
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like anytime something like this comes out, it just gets worse. I don't know, just what I feel like.
Well, I think you're right.
So, but yeah, that's a big story here in Cincinnati, but also national, the national news as well. It's all the big things. But yeah, let's kind of, speaking of the Cincinnati sports, big, huge weekend here. Got the Flying Pig, and it is nuts. And I've got firsthand experience on it. Well, years back with my sister running in it, but my wife is, and you've got some family members too that are just crazy with this. And my wife is. I just love watching how excited she gets for this race. It was Monday, Tuesday, and she's already trying to figure out what kind of outfit she's going to wear, what she's going to do, because whether it's going to be cold, whether it's going to be this, but it's a pretty cool thing that they do.
Well, for a lot of runners, they have different races and they have their own things they do during the week, like your wife does. Yeah. But I mean, realistically, between all these races, this is kind of the Super Bowl, I think, in Cincinnati.
Oh, it is, absolutely.
And so they got to get ready. And I think that we're in a perfect spot here, just talking about
absolutely.
it. Yeah,
I get tired. I get winded thinking about it.
We're not running that.
Well, I tell you what, Steve. All these people are talking about, like my wife talking about. I get nervous about where I'm going to sit in a chair and wait for 2.5 hours for my wife to cross the finish line. It's a pretty strategic. You don't want to get too close to the music. You don't want to be, you got to have a good view.
Are you worried about you're going to miss her?
Well, I have before.
You admit that?
I did. She knows it, and it's embarrassing, but yeah, I have. But then you got to think about the thermals and the weather and everything. Whether it's going to be cold, rainy, you got to be protected underneath. You know what I mean? You got to think about it. There's a lot of things as a non-runner.
Do you bring a thermos with some hot cocoa?
I don't bring hot cocoa with marshmallows, but I do bring some coffee. I have some coffee, and then I thought about this year just going to a restaurant and just sitting there, and just have a nice little breakfast.
What about a little Irish coffee?
I could do that, but
put some liquor in it.
I could bring some Fireball.
Yeah.
Shot, everybody, shot. So we could do that, but yeah. So the Flying Pig started back in 1999. And Steve, why is it called the Flying Pig? I mean,
well, I don't know. I mean, I don't have that history unless you do. But I mean, I know that for some reason the pigs is related with Cincinnati.
No, it is, and it was named after Cincinnati's Porkopolis.
Porkopolis.
Yeah, and it was the famous Flying Pig, and it's from the sculptures that they have downtown. And I can't remember the name of the fellow that kind of started this.
I got it.
Give it to me.
Bob Coughlin.
There you go.
He went to Anderson. He was a fellow Redskin.
And talk about do you know how he did it? Or what he did? How he came up with the idea?
No, I know he owned Paycor payroll services, and somehow he got connected. I don't know.
He went to O'Brien's, that pub over there. Went there and wrote it out on a napkin, the area that he was going to do. And guess where they finished for the first year? Guess where the finish line was?
O'Brien.
Union Terminal.
Really?
Yep.
No kidding.
How about that?
That's kind of cool.
Isn't that awesome? And then it's just obviously one thing about this year though, Steve, is that it changes because the bridge, one of the bridges. They got rid of it, the Northern Kentucky Bridge, one of the bridges. So they have to
change the course.
They have to do the route. So it's a little bit changed up from that. But man, 39,000 participants. That is just absolutely. I mean, it's crazy.
I mean, per capita, that's got to be a pretty good number.
I thought that I saw that it was one of the biggest marathons, besides obviously the biggies, right?
Right.
That has started, and I think the winner of this qualifies for the Boston Marathon.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. So you would think, and we talked about the Boston Marathon recently, but you think like Boston, New York, right?
London, they do the big one in London.
I don't know how you know that, but
wife's a runner.
But then the next tier down, you think would be the Flying Pig.
Yes, I mean it's
getting up there.
I think the first winner was from Kenya. Very first one, for 1999
for a Flying Pig. Are you surprised?
No, I'm not. But for an initial first marathon to have someone from Kenya, you know how you've played in tournaments or something like that. You just don't know how the tournament's going to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it becomes bigger as the name goes along.
I'm fairly certain that there was a female that actually either went to Anderson or was an Anderson track coach.
It was a track coach, and I draw a blank on her name. Yes, I think that's it. Yes. Okay. Right. She ended up winning it. But I think the other thing that's really cool about that is just the communities and people watching as they're running.
It's a big event.
In Marymount, Hyde Park.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really cool, and a lot of volunteers. I think it's a really, really cool weekend. Super, super early morning. They start at 6:30 in the morning.
Oh, I know. Now I've been a part of it. I don't know if you have. I've been a part of it.
Did you run?
No, absolutely. Of handing out waters. Oh yeah, I was really good at it.
Give a little halfsies, or drink some and then hand them one. Or?
Can't say halfsies. Yeah. No, I mean you have so much in a certain station where you fill up like 3 tables full of waters, and so you have people filling it up. You have people handing out the cups.
You act like this is a hard thing to do.
Oh well, we have to get there when it's dark. Okay, all right. Yeah. That's hard enough.
And then when it lightens up, and then is it tough?
You have to stand out in the chill, and you're drinking your hot cocoa, and then and then you're cheering them on, right?
That's tough, Steve.
And what are some of the things you say, like when you're keep going, or you got this? What is it that you say? What are the terminologies that you use?
Got this. Yeah, I think that's...
You got this?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Push. I mean, you got it.
Don't slow down now.
Yeah, you got it. You're almost there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean...
How about we'll get pizza later?
Or a beer.
Or, Think about how good that Skyline Coney's going to taste.
Got bananas at the finish line.
You say in that voice too.
Bananas at the finish line.
That's pretty good.
Flying Pig, awesome thing that's going to be this weekend. I'll be down there this weekend. I'll see what kind of condition I'm going to be in as we'll get to it later. We're celebrating my mother's celebration of life, but we'll get to that a little bit later. But also, Steve, the other cool thing is obviously the Cincinnati Reds.
Cool.
Reds are playing really, really well right now, and the thing that's you might know, I don't know, is this could be the first time I don't know how long that the Reds are going to be in first place in April.
Yes. Well, I mean, first time in a couple decades at least.
I want to say, I'm thinking all the way back to 2011, 12, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere around there for sure. But, I mean, it's incredible. They won today. We're doing this on April 30th, and so that makes them 20-11.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because they were 19. Yeah.
How about that?
I mean, usually it's the other way around. It's 11-20.
Yeah.
They start off slow, and I think Francona's. I mean, the thing that I like is they've got a couple guys that are out, and they've got these young pitchers in Burns and Louder that are doing really, really well.
Yeah, they need. Well, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you what is that. They are 20-11, and honestly, they really haven't started hitting yet.
No, they haven't.
And you were about ready to go into is that they're missing their top two starters.
Right.
It's crazy. Yeah. And today, their opening day starter on his 6th outing finally won his first game. Now, I tell you all that. You're like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Or they're 11-20.
I mean, I just feel like, the other thing too, obviously the young pitchers are stepping up, but then like, I feel like the fans are super into it now. Like, I don't think I've been this excited to watch. I'll be honest, last year and the year before, I don't even know if I turn on the game that much, is because it just wasn't, they weren't exciting to me, you know what I mean? And like right now, I feel excited. I want to watch the game. I want to see what they're doing, and they're just playing really well. And the guy that's blowing me right now away is Nathan Lowe.
Yeah.
I mean, he had another home run today, I think.
Yes, he did. Yeah. I mean, just a surprise pickup. And, but to get back to your point, talk about how excited you are, and last year you weren't, that just kind of explains things that are different between us, because I watch every single night and I cheer them on no matter what. And you turn the channel and,
Well, I don't make a lot of money. I don't make as much money as you do, so I can't afford to have Reds TV, MLTV.
Not true.
I don't.
And then all of a sudden now you're back on the wagon. How was that leap onto the wagon?
I didn't say I was fully on. I just said
you got one leg on.
I'm excited that they're playing good baseball.
Well, welcome back. The water's warm.
And so you're saying that you, and I guess we can confirm this with your wife.
Sure.
You every game,
every single night,
the whole game. I mean, from beginning to end. I mean, from first inning to end.
Let's not go crazy.
Well, I mean, but let's if you're going to be, you're going to pull this crap out of your ass.
I am cheering for them no matter what, through thick or thin.
I didn't say that I wasn't cheering for him. Well, I just said I'm excited. This is the most excited.
You said you didn't pay attention to him last year.
I didn't pay attention that much this year. They're more excited. What I'm trying to tell you is that they're more exciting. They weren't exciting to me last year.
I would agree with that.
So that's what it is. And you try to turn it to go at me like you always do. You try to, make me.
I think it means more to me because I've been through the lows with them, and now here we are.
I haven't.
Well, I mean, you kind of turn the channel and you.
I didn't see. That's how you operate. That's how you do things. You turn things around and.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, you were pretty. I didn't say that I didn't. I just said they're more entertaining this year than they were last year. That's all I stated, and you had to turn around and say, "Oh, you
didn't say you didn't pay attention to him last year."
I didn't pay that much attention to him last year, Steve.
Yeah,
and you see where I'm going.
Well, at the bottom line is, let's just rejoice in the fact that they are winning.
Okay, Pastor Steve, got you on that one. So let's a couple of things that you talked about earlier is, you also got Brandon Williamson or whatever his name is, and Hunter Green and Nick Lodolo.
All hurt.
I got a question for you. So all right, you and I are very competitive. We play sports. We do all the things that we do, right?
Yep.
The Hunter Green thing really ticks me off. He waited.
Could have been.
You know what I mean? I get, Williamson's doing kind of the same thing. He's like, well, my shoulder was kind of hurting me and bothered me, but I wanted to tough it out. He sucked, and he didn't do very good. And so, to me, you're jeopardizing your team. I get it. I mean, why do guys do this? I mean, is it because they're going to get cut? Because they're not going to be in the rotation? I mean, why do guys do that? I don't understand.
I think that is a part of it, and instead of doing what's best not only for them but for the team, that they are looking out for themselves, because at the end of the day, yes, you can say competitive juices, but it's all about the dollars. And they want to produce, and hopefully they're successful, and then they get more money.
Well, but like Williamson, why would you do that? Like if you're only
it backfired.
Well, it did, and
right.
I think people are mad at him, and he shouldn't have been in there pitching. And then same thing with Green. I just don't buy what he was saying. He was like, I was trying to tough it out for the thing. If you weren't healthy, then don't go out there. I mean, I get it, you're competitive, but
at some point,
when do you have to say stop?
Yeah, at some point, doesn't the club have some say in that?
They should. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would. So that's where I'm getting at. Like he was saying, he didn't say anything to Francona. Well, again, it's the pitcher's fault for not saying anything. Well,
where are the trainers in all this? Where are the doctors?
Don't get me started on Doc Kremchek. I get a little fired up with him. I mean,
you're gonna get some hate mail.
I don't care. I just feel like every time we have an issue with pitchers. I get there's pitchers have injuries. I get it. Right. I really, really do.
Right.
But I feel like maybe it's just because we're our hometown team or whatever. I just feel like we always have something every year with a pitcher or anybody else. Like I remember the one thing. Oh, we didn't put him on IR because we thought he only had a sprain in his hand and ended up being freaking broken. Right. I mean, how does that happen?
How does that happen?
I mean, I don't get that.
We'd be mad if it was like a middle school kid.
Right.
Let alone.
Yeah, and so you're telling me that the sprain all of a sudden became a break?
Right.
I mean, that's what I just don't. I don't get.
Well, at the bottom line, as we said at the beginning of this segment, is that the Reds are doing incredibly well. I mean, and they talked about, they compared like payrolls like to the Yankees and the Dodgers. Now I know it's only end of April here, but I mean they have like 5 times the payroll, and we have a way better record than them. So let's ride it out and hopefully get these pitchers back and get these hitters to hit better, other than just Ellie and Sal.
Right. Yeah.
And see what happens.
So what do you think about like Marte goes down and he's lighting it up down there, and then they traded Encarnacion Strand or whatever like that.
Right.
Do you feel like they gave up on him?
No. How many chances did he got? He got like 4 years in a row.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this just I'm thinking is take I guess Brian Hayes, we were saying about a couple weeks ago, he's starting to hit now. Because I was going to say move Stewart, put Lowe at first.
I know it.
But Brian Hayes is starting to hit a little bit now.
Well, I mean, you could almost he didn't have anything to go but up. I mean, he was hitting like 073. So now he's like 173, which is still bad, but he's had a good couple weeks, so hopefully that continues. I mean,
so at what point would you go into the season with Brian Hayes? Let's say he struggles again. Okay, mm-hmm. When's the time that you say, okay, yeah, he's a great fielder, but we're just not going to do it anymore? What part of the season?
I think when in the dog days of August,
like July.
Yeah, I mean, if we're in the heat of the battle, then you're bringing him off the bench to be a defensive replacement.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
because you need all your good bats in the lineup.
How do you feel about?
I coached Knothole.
Yeah. I played on the team that beat Lucky Strazzle in Knothole. I don't know if you know that.
Can't prove that, Eddie.
I got it. Would you think about sitting Friedel?
Well, sure. I think they have enough outfitters. You can definitely spot play them. I mean, I don't think he's an everyday player right now, but I mean, he did hit a home run today.
I think that the one guy that just kind of I can't figure him out is Benson.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like he'll get on a hot streak and then he'll be done. I mean, to me, he doesn't. That's one guy that I would think that if they're going to do anything, they put him down and bring Marte back up.
Well, he's only here because Marte sucked.
Right. Well, Benson did last year.
Yeah.
And Marte came and flip-flop last year.
That's exactly right.
So that's the Reds, which obviously they're playing.
Let's get through another month and hopefully we're still talking about this.
I don't remember. Where they head next?
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember if they got they're on the road, I would think.
Yeah.
They've had they had the back-to-back home. But yeah, it's pretty. Hey, it was funny. The other day I was watching some YouTube some videos, and it was I want to say Billy Connors or one of the old pitching coaches for the Cubs, and he was talking about playing at Riverfront Stadium. Did you ever see that?
About Rick Sutcliffe?
About the fireworks?
Yeah, about Rick Sutcliffe. Yeah.
He gave up a home run, and the coach came out and he said, "Get your ass back in there." And then he gave up another home run. He started walking out again, and then finally he did it for the third time, and Billy Connors came walking out and says, "Billy, you get out of here. What are you doing?
What are you doing out here?"
And what was his response? You remember?
He said, "I'm okay. I'm just giving the guy that loads the fireworks time to reload again."
Isn't that awesome? That is awesome. Yeah. So they just real quick too. This past weekend was the Hall of Fame. How awesome was that?
Yes.
I mean, Lou Piniella, Brandon Phillips.
Yep.
You had Aaron Harang.
Yep.
You had
Reggie Sanders.
Yeah. And that was awesome. And
well deserved.
Yeah, it was really cool to see and just hear some of those stories and everything. So, but that was good. So, we'll kind of get closer. Right, we're going to do our. Let's just do the our tell you whats, and then we'll go to the endings or the ending segment here.
Okay, go for it.
So the ending segment here. We'll do our tell you what moments that we have here, and my I tell you what moment is going to be. Steve and I have our 40th high school reunion coming up in
yes,
June.
We do.
Crazy that we're doing that. And I just wanted to kind of this out. The prices back then compared to today is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Back in the day in 1986, gasoline was 93 cents per gallon.
Yep, and we thought that was high. 93
cents. And the eggs were only 87 cents.
Yep.
And your groceries, how about this? Milk was $2.20. Bread was only 99 cents.
And we do know that because we would
we'd eat so much bread before we go out on a night of the town there. And then ground beef was $1.39. They said you can get chicken and many typical things you get at the grocery stores, a full cart, and only spend $20 to $30. I think that's hard to believe. That just blows me away. And now you're spending $400.
Easy.
$400. But I got a couple other things. This is really cool.
All right.
So in 1986, the overall pop song. Got a guess on what the
overall pop song? Well,
in 1986,
it might have been one of your best artist, Prince, that you liked.
No, it was not Prince, baby. No. It was
Bruce Springsteen.
I hate Bruce Springsteen.
What are you talking about?
It was. That's what friends are for.
Keep smiling.
Yep. What? Knowing you will always count on me for sure.
Who sang that?
Dionne Warwick, Gladys Knight, Elton John, and Stevie Wonder.
That's right.
How about that? That was the big one, and then
that was a big hit. Yeah,
that was a big one, and then rock was "Living on a Prayer" by Bon Jovi. Huge back
halfway there.
Huge back in the day. Country songs. I'm not sure if I know this one. Nobody in his right mind would have left her. George Strait.
Nope.
And then I do remember this, "Rockin' with the Rhythm of the Rain." That's the Judds.
Okay.
So, but this one I know you're going to know.
All right.
Hip hop.
Yeah.
"Walk This Way."
Oh, yes.
And one of our favorites.
A remix.
One of our favorites, "License to Ill." With the Beastie Boys.
Oh, man.
How about that?
God.
You got to fight for your right.
Yeah, we're showing our ages here and the tape decks that we have.
It is unbelievable. The other couple of other things real quick is how about the top shows? NBC was kicking butt. They had Cosby was number 1, Family Ties was number 2, Cheers was 3, Murder, She Wrote, Golden Girls, 60 Minutes, Night Court, and Growing Pains.
Wow.
So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 that were from NBC in the top 10.
But all those shows were on forever.
They were.
They weren't like just a flash in the pan. I mean, all those were on forever.
They were on there forever. And we'll just go ahead, since we obviously like to do sports, the 1986 Super Bowl champions, the Chicago Bears with the fridge.
And the Super Bowl Shuffle.
Super Bowl Shuffle.
Yes.
And then you had the Boston Celtics beating the Houston Rockets 4-2. Larry Bird was the MVP.
Yes, or he came.
And I remember this World Series because I remember we were watching it. Mm-hmm. The New York Mets beat the Boston Red Sox in Game 7. It's that famous Bill Buckner air that went through his legs.
Who scored the winning run?
It was Ray Knight.
Nice.
Ray Knight.
Nice. Former Red, went on to become a manager of the Reds.
And then, obviously, basketball, Louisville Cardinals beating Duke 72-69.
Who was their center?
Center was Purvis Ellison.
Never nervous.
Purvis Ellison, yep. And then Denny Crum was still coaching.
Milt Wagner.
And wasn't Denny Crum still coaching?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought, he was. So they had, that was a big... Big for that, big though. So what do you got on your? I'll tell you what.
All right, I tell you what. I'm gonna stick with my this date in history for you.
Okay.
Because I think it's very educational for, if anybody, for you.
Oh, educational for me.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. On this date in history, April 30th. All right.
April 3rd.
1789. Do you know where you were?
You're pulling it all out, aren't you?
This was the date that George Washington, his inauguration to become the first president.
Yeah.
You did not know that.
I didn't know that.
Of the United States of America. 1789. 1952. Okay. The first toy was advertised on TV.
Slinky.
Keep guessing.
Yo-yo.
No. But you're kind of in the ballpark of that old...
The top, the spinning top.
No. I'll give you one more guess.
Kickball.
What in the world? You just went backwards. No. Mr. Potato Head.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Potato Head.
With the first toy advertised on TV.
That is crazy.
On this date in 1952.
That's a good one, Steve.
Birth date on this day is one of your heroes, is Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, I don't like... Yeah.
What?
I don't know where you came up with that one.
Oh.
I don't like Isaiah.
65 years old. No. And last but not least, and this is something that I'm not sure, I think you could probably do this. 2008, David Blaine, the magician.
Yeah.
Okay. Get this. He held his breath underwater on the Oprah Winfrey Show for over 17 minutes.
But did they show his face while he was underwater? Or was he covered?
Why are you questioning?
Well, I am.
We'll go to YouTube and check it out. I'm spreading facts, and it's an accomplishment that I'm not sure.
All those magic tricks have some kind of, there's something. He either had something coming out of his nose, through his, coming out his ass and out the back or something. I mean, there had to be there.
So you were that little kid that was questioning Flippo the clown at the birthday parties.
Yes.
You didn't believe any of the tricks.
No. There's always something you can figure out.
Wow. Okay. You got
to watch the sleight of hand. You got to watch, everything. See how everything goes. If they move a box, they put a sheet over. I mean, if they put a sheet over it, you can't see them.
Yeah. What about the shell game?
In the back? Yeah, that's all. It's all a hoax, Steve.
Okay, that's all I got for this date in history.
That's a good one
for your knowledge.
That is a good one. So we're gonna wrap it up. Obviously, on a personal note here, my mother unfortunately passed away the other day, and just kind of want to talk about what that was like, the kind of the grieving and how hard it was. It's kind of still fresh, and some days we had really, really good days and bad days, and knowing Mom was going to go, it was a tough. But my all my buddy here, Steve and Kelly Sharkey and Tom Manassi, and all my, I don't want to leave. I didn't want to start with that because I didn't want to leave anybody out. We had so many people reach out to us, and that's what helps in the grieving process and everything. But Steve, you obviously we're close, and my family really well, and my father passed away suddenly. My mom was kind of drawn out, and I'll tell you what, the long draw out it was exhausting. It was hard to watch, and so I just have to say thank you to all the family and friends that reached out to us, and then, but also hospice was unbelievable. Mm-hmm. They do a great job, and they helped all of us try to get through that, and it was a really tough time, but I'm glad my mom went in peace, and I'm glad that my sister was there to be with her at the end. But it was a tough, and the reason I'm bringing this up is, all guys are supposed to be this macho thing and all that. It's okay to cry. It's okay to hug people. And I know one thing that happened through this is that our family, not that we weren't strong, but we became even stronger. I think my mom hung on so we can all hang out and do what we did and laugh and joke and be there together all at one time. So, if you're going through something like that, it's okay to reach out. it's lean on people, honor, your family members the way that you can. I know you and I still think about your dad and my dad, and they might have passed away, but it doesn't mean that you can't remember the memories. And Steve, just all the guys that lived in my neighborhood they remember my mom, and
right.
They were like a second mom to her. So it's just want to let you know out there, my mom is obviously going to be missed, but she was awesome. And I just wanted to thank everybody out there that sent messages to us and all that. And we're going to have a nice celebration for life this Saturday, and I can't wait. And Mom put the pressure on me, Steve. She put the pressure on me, said she didn't want to have a big full-flown Catholic thing, but she said, I just want you to make everybody laugh. So I got to try to keep my composure, but try to make everybody laugh.
I think you'll do all the above, and you will do great. But but if I can say something, yes. Danny, I just want to say what a special lady and mother that your mom was, and knowing her for close to 50 years, and being close to your family. I mean, I feel very fortunate to have been a part of, have her in my life, yep. and that the living proof of you and Timmy and Teresa and Moose is a tribute to what a great mother that she was and still is, and will live on, and what just tremendous memories that you guys have with her and that you'll hold on to, and it was a privilege to be a part of her, and she got us out of a lot of jams when we were younger. I was looking, not that you need to gauge or judge or anything like that, but your sister had put a little tribute on Facebook, and literally within like an hour, there was like close to 400 comments.
I know, it was crazy.
And it's just crazy. And honestly, you can say what you want. That is a small tribute right there.
Yeah.
And so I know it was a hard road for you guys, and I felt for you every single moment. And I'm hoping that this celebration is going to bring joy to you guys and great memories.
Yeah, I think it will, and I appreciate that. But I think where our parents are similar, like my parents loved all of my friends, mm-hmm. and my sisters and my brother's friends.
Right.
And she treated them just like they were their kids. So your parents were the same way.
Yep.
That's the way they were brought up,
yep.
and that's what makes it so special. And I'm just glad she's not in pain anymore.
No,
I mean, that was the biggest thing. She was in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And to see her the last day, she was just so peaceful, and that's what made it so nice.
That's right.
Made it so much better. But just I'll tell you what, might sound a little bit cheesy, but life is short.
Yep.
And just tell the people that you love, that are with you, that you love them, and just do it every single day, because
you
just don't know. You just don't know what's going to happen, and don't sweat the hard stuff. Just get over it and enjoy life every day, because you don't know in a drop of a dime you could lose somebody. And
you got that right, buddy.
So just like I said, just try to appreciate everybody and everything and I'll tell you what, my nephews, my son, I'm just real proud of my stepson Zane, because he was the one that after Mom, he was the last one to see my mom, and it was really hard for Zane to get in there, and for him to do that, it was pretty awesome. And and Mrs. Reese, another great friend of my mom's. She was incredible. So all those people meant a lot that they were there, and just again, man, just don't be afraid to get emotional like I am right now. Yeah. I mean, everybody's awesome, and just be with your friends, hug everybody, enjoy life. You got to enjoy life.
You got to live it up, buddy.
I mean, we have to. I mean, like Steve and I used to do before we go out, we'd eat a loaf of bread before we went drinking. Just got to try to. I might even just get a loaf of bread for us for this weekend. Just to
let that be a lesson.
So again, we appreciate everybody. We love great podcast. We're getting great things. And then real quick, if you're out there, we talked about our reunion. If you're from our class of 1986, go on the website. Trying to get more people to golf, which that's going to be the Friday before. Steve and I are golfing. We're going to be with Dave Dunaway too as well. It's going to be ugly, scary, whatever you want to call it. But if you want to go in there, just go ahead and register. You can see it on the 1986 alumni page. Also, too, golf outing for the Anderson football high school team.
Yes,
got that going too.
Absolutely.
Try to do that as well. And then also like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yep.
Follow us on Spotify, Apple, all that good stuff. We really appreciate it. Love the comments that anybody puts on there, talks about what we're talking about. If you like it, you don't like it. If you think we're silly and stupid, we're okay with that too, because we know we are. So.
Yes.
But Steve, awesome podcast.
Great job, buddy.
So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. So another great podcast. I'll tell you what. So everybody enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch you guys next week. Have a great weekend.